Hello, YouTube e-bikers. This is Terry from Elecruiser Electric Bikes in Boca Raton, Florida. We're located in the 5th Avenue shops, and we're carrying the Kuat NV Base 2.0 hitch e-bike rack. While we don't sell them online, we thought it might be helpful to show an unboxing and assembly for those who may buy one online. If you're in South Florida, please come into the store and we can answer any questions you may have. The NV Base 2.0 can carry 2 e-bikes, and with an add-on, you can carry 4 e-bikes. Here you can see the box opened and the front tire trays, and now the pivot assembly is coming. Here is the pivot assembly. This is the portion that mounts to the hitch receiver. The rear end cap inserts and holds the Allen wrench. You can see the Allen wrench slips into the end cap of the pivot assembly. When assembling the tire trays, match the letters on the tray to the same letter on the pivot assembly arm. For example, A to A and B to B, etc. Note that the 2 bolts for each tray are inserted in opposite directions. For example, one goes east to west and the other west to east. Also notice one hole is round and the other is hex on each side. Use the Allen wrench provided to tighten the bolts. This will secure the tire racks to the pivot assembly. Now the other side. Again, note the Allen wrench is on the opposite side of the pivot assembly for this bolt. With one of the tire racks assembled to the pivot assembly, we'll do the other tire rack. What you're looking at is the inside tire rack mounted, and now we're mounting the outside tire rack. They go in opposite directions, but again, match the letters. This will be a C on one side and then D on the other side. The same goes for the bolts. One goes in one way, the other goes in the other way. Because the nut side of the bolt is hex shaped, you don't need a wrench, only the Allen wrench. The rack can be pivoted away from the vehicle to allow the hatch to open. The pivot lever, shown here being mounted, actuates this and is being attached with the provided bolt. Be sure not to over tighten any bolts. Assembly is pretty much complete at this point. Note the plastic bag in the box with keys, the hitch pin, and the hitch lock. When the Kuat bike rack is mounted on the vehicle, the hitch pin goes through the receiver and the hitch, and the lock is applied to secure the rack to the vehicle. You may want to consider this a two-person task, but it can be done with one person, where you slide the rack into the hitch receiver on your vehicle. You can see the rack being tilted using the pivot lever. Here we are tightening the hitch cam knob, which will press the cam against the inside of the hitch receiver and wedge the hitch inside to hold it. Always use the hitch pin. Never rely on only the hitch cam. The hitch cam's primary purpose is to prevent rattling and shaking around. Snugs it up in the hitch receiver. Now you can see how the lock slips onto the hitch pin. You would do that, of course, once the hitch pin has been mounted to the hitch. The tire arms are used for securing the bike to the rack, and they're intended to hug the front tire as close to the fork as you can get it. Your fender may prohibit it from being very close, but generally as long as it's north of horizontal, then you'll be okay. Just put it up as close to the fork as you can. So here's the bicycle, or e-bike mounted, mounted on the carrier. Here is the e-bike mounted on the carrier. You can see that the tire rack holds it securely with a strap in the back as well as the tire arm. Here we're showing you the height and clearance from the lowest point of the rack, which is the cam knob. Here is the extension of the outside bike from the vehicle when it's on the rack. The pedal is the furthest point out, so we're showing you that now. Thank you, and that is our unboxing and assembly of the Kuat NV Base 2.0 hitch e-bike rack. We hope this was helpful. Please subscribe and like below to let us know that you'd like to see some more helpful e-bike content from Elecruiser in Boca Raton. Thank you for watching. And again, if you have any questions and you're in the South Florida area, please stop in and we'll be happy to answer any questions you can. Thanks again, and please ride safely.